My name's TTL, and here are my top 5 locks of the day for Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. Really quick, before we do get started, these are going to be my top 5 MLB plays of the day. And I do want to mention just yesterday, we absolutely destroyed it. These are plays all the way starting from Friday. We had some on Saturday, one on Sunday, one on Monday, and we cashed this out yesterday, $100 to 1,000. We're cashing slips like this every single day. Usually I tend to do same game plays, not spread out like this one. But we're going to keep on crushing it, guys. You can sign up to VIP. It's only $20 a month. You can just click the Patreon link in the description or in the pinned comment. And I do want to mention the sponsor of today's video, which is actually my company, Predictive Profits. You can get half off your first month by using code TTLVIP. And guys, you get a 7-day free trial. It's up over 100 units already. PredictiveProfits.ai. Go give it a check out. And let's get into today's 5 MLB props. So let's go over to the MLB props for today. Today is Taco Tuesday. I'm loving this Zach Gallen taco. I'm going to have plenty of props to go with that in the VIP later today. But today's Taco Tuesday. Let's go 5-0 on the free props today. That way, you guys can easily just take these, pair them with the tacos, and get some easy free money. But let's crush it today, and let's go on to play number 1. Our first play of the day is going to be Darvish under 5.5 pitcher strikeouts versus the Mariners. Now, the reason I'm doing this one first, I just want to go ahead and get it out of the way. Typically, I go order of most confident to least confident. Today's going to be the same way, except for this prop in particular. This is my least favorite prop of the day. The main reason I'm taking this prop is because it's positive EV over on PrizePicks. So Darvish under 5.5 pitcher strikeouts. We're going to be using Outlier for our research today. And let's go ahead and just take a look at his stats on Outlier. So let me make it where every app is visible. Let's go over to MLB. And we're going to search for Darvish right here, and we're going to see his stats. His stats do go with this pretty much for this season, as well as the odds. We can see minus 132, minus 139, minus 159 over on UnderDog. So we are getting good odds on PrizePicks. And we can see in 2024, he's going under this in 8 of 12 games, which is a great rate. He went under in the game versus the Mariners last year. Over his last 10, he's went under in 7 of 10. He's been going under this very consistently as long as he's going 5 or less innings pitched per game. But we can see the Mariners batting versus right-handed pitchers, they are dead last for striking out. So they strike out the most of any team in the MLB versus right-handed pitchers. Over their last 30 games, it's a little bit better, but they're still a bottom 10 team with a 24.6% strikeout rate. But I'm just going to look at all the stats for Darvish himself. I'm looking at the sportsbook odds, and I'm going to take our luck today. I'm going to test our luck with Darvish. Again, this is not a play I would recommend pairing with tacos, but this is a play that could be good today, and I'm liking it. It's not a popular play today, and I think that this could be one that goes under the radar and stays under the 5.5 line. So let's lock this in, and let's head on to play number 2. So our second play of the day is going to be Montero under 5.5 pitcher strikeouts versus the Rockies. This game doesn't start until 6:40 p.m., so there's plenty of time to get this prop in. And this one actually is a popular play today. 4.4 thousand people have already taken this today. And let's go ahead and take a look at why people are loving this play so much today. So he's around minus 130 odds. And when we take a look at Outlier, we can see he's gone under this in 12 of 13 games this season with a median of 4 strikeouts per game and an average of 4.15. He has one single game where he went over, and that was versus the Mariners. So come on, Darvish, stay under. But I'm absolutely loving this. He's going 5 innings per game pretty consistently. And when we take a look, he has failed to exceed this in 6 straight games at home. At home this season, he's gone under in 7 of 7 games, every single game. Now, when we take a look, the Rockies batting versus right-handed pitchers, they're kind of like the Mariners. They strike out a lot. 26.3% strikeout rate, just under the Mariners, 29th of 30th in MLB teams this season for most strikeouts. But I'm loving this matchup. I'm loving Montero to stay under. When you look at his home games this season, I mean, he's came close a lot of times, but I just don't think he's going to be able to get there today. When you see someone that stayed under in 12 of 13 games, and you're talking about the Rockies, and I mean, they might strike out a lot, but when they're hitting, they tend to do pretty well, especially the likes of like Sam Hilliard, Blackman, you got Doyle, Brennan Rodgers, McMahon. You have some pretty decent batters on the roster that is, if they can make contact, they can get some runs. So I'm hoping that they can get some runs early on versus Montero. But even if they don't, I just don't see them striking out versus him since he doesn't get strikeouts very often. So let's lock this in on the under and let's head on to our third play of the day. Our third play is going to be Beto over 3.5 pitcher strikeouts versus the Astros. This game starts at 8:10 p.m., so plenty of time to get this one in. And we can take a look. 3.1 thousand people have taken this prop already today. I'm going to go ahead and search them up on Outlier and show you guys. Now, this is one that you can take on PrizePicks. Do not worry. You can take it on PrizePicks. I personally have this taken on PrizePicks as well. But if you are on a sports book, something like ThunderPick or Rebet, both of those are legal in almost every single state. I think 48 out of 50 states. You can go to thunderpick.io, use code TTL, or you can use Rebet and use code TTL. $700 match on ThunderPick, $100 match on Rebet. And guys, the links will be in the pinned comment as well. But you can play this for a plus 105. That's the odds that Thunderpick are giving you right now. Plus 105 for Beto over 3.5. So I am loving this prop though. When we take a look, especially for a plus 105 prop, we can see he has gone over this in every single game this season. 9 of 9 games, 100%, with a median of 6 strikeouts per game and an average of 5.3. I am loving this matchup. 5 innings pitched per game. He's going over in 9 straight games. And the reason that people are taking his under, the reason that it's plus 105 is because the Astros do not strike out much. When we scroll down a bit more, this season they're ranked 4th out of 30th, 19.6% strikeout rate. But over their last 30, they're kind of middle of the pack. They're now 13th of 30, and they have a 21.5% strikeout rate. So I do like this matchup, and I like the consistency that Beto has had of going over this, and I like our odds versus the Astros today of him getting at least 4 strikeouts. So let's lock this in for plus 105 over on ThunderPick, or take it on PrizePicks if you don't mind. And let's go ahead and go to play number 4. So our fourth prop pick of the day is going to be Yamamoto over 4.5 pitcher strikeouts versus the Cubs. I actually had the Cubs money line last night. It was on the predictiveprofits.ai betting predictor, and it was like plus 180, and they demolished the Dodgers. I was very surprised to see that last night out of the Cubs, but with Yamamoto pitching, I do think it may be a little bit of a different story. The Cubs could still win, but Yamamoto is a great pitcher. 3.6 thousand people have already taken this today. And let's take a look at why people are liking his over 4.5 pitcher strikeouts. So again, we can see it's around minus 110 odds on sportsbooks. He's went over this in 9 out of his last 10 games. And in 2024, he's went over this in 12 of 14 games, 86%. Last game, he went under versus the Royals, and then he went under versus the Padres for his first game of the season. But he has an average of 6 strikeouts per game, a median of 6.5. He's going 5 innings per game. And we can take a look. The 2 games he went under, he went 1 inning and 2 innings. So as long as he can go his regular 4 or 5 innings pitched, I don't see any issues here. He's versus the Cubs, who are 16th out of 30th with a 23% strikeout rate. And when we look at Yamamoto, he's in the top 10% of pitchers this year, and he has a 27.9% strikeout rate versus the Cubs. Earlier this year, he went 5 innings and he had 14.4 strikeouts per 9 innings with 0 earned runs and less walks and hits per inning pitched as well. So I am loving this matchup for Yamamoto. We can take a look at the head-to-head. He had 8 strikeouts in his last game over 5 innings. So I'm loving this. Let's take Yamamoto over 4.5, and let's go on to our 5th and final play of the day, which is going to be Crawford over 4.5 pitcher strikeouts. 2.2 thousand people have taken this one, and this is another positive EV play from PrizePicks. So we can take a look. Cutter Crawford over 4.5 strikeouts. We can see this is minus 140 on FanDuel, minus 145 on Caesars, and minus 155 over on UnderDog. So on PrizePicks, where we're getting minus 119 for 5 and 6 picks, I am loving this prop. In 2024, he's went over this in 62% of games, 18 of 29. At home, he's went over in 8 of 15, 53%. We can see he has a median of 5 and an average of 5.14 strikeouts per game. And we can take a look. He's averaging 5.2 innings pitched. So he goes into the 5th inning typically. And I mean, I'm loving this. The matchup could be a little bit better, but when we take a look versus his average versus against the Orioles, we can see he gets an 8.33 strikeout per 9 innings regularly and an 8.27 versus the Orioles. So it's a very minuscule difference. It's not very different. And when we take a look, we can see the Orioles are 10th in the league for least amount of strikeouts versus right-handed pitchers. But over their last 30 games, that has bumped up to 18th of 30th, 22.6% strikeout percentage. And Cutter Crawford's kind of middle of the pack. He's in the top 40% with a 22.7% strikeout rate. So I am loving this today. Let's go ahead and take Cutter Crawford over 4.5 strikeouts on PrizePicks. And let's go, guys. Let's go 5-0 today. Thank you for watching the video. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. And let me know, are you guys liking these props? Disliking these props? Are there any props you want help with? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.